Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead horoscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Gemini, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you've got the Death card. Now, no, this doesn't mean that all Geminis are suddenly going to die. It doesn't even mean that any of you are going to hear about one. What I really get from this card this week, and it's funny because as soon as I put it on the board, that was the message that I got. This is a week for elimination, all right? This is a week for releasing, letting go of, or consciously removing things from your life that no longer have a space or no longer have a place. For some of you, you may choose to do something like a cord cutting. For some of you, you may literally just put this out as a thought. For some of you, you might literally just remove yourself from a situation. And quite frankly, you are at liberty to do so, right? At any moment, we are able and should edit our lives ruthlessly when the need arises, right? This is, after all, we're stepping into spring, right? So this is the time for you to do so. With that said, this is going to be a week of endings, completions and culminations. For those of you that are continued subbies, you know Rafi loves you, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. For your actions and options this week, you've got the High Priestess. This signature represents mediumship. For those of you that are already prone to this kind of ability, speaking with, communing with, hearing from or acknowledging the dead, your powers are going to be heightened this week. The reason I say that is because the High Priestess coupled with the Death card for me is always mediumship. Mediumship, spirit contact, all of those things are going to be to the fore. For those of you that maybe don't have the gift, or you have it and it's sporadic, this may be a week where you have a powerful contact or visitation from somebody that has passed, maybe a dream of an old loved one, somebody that comes through that really gives you a different perspective or idea of something. Now, that being said, the High Priestess is a card of intuition, and this is your actions and options. It's about what you do. Your psychic awareness and abilities are going to be very heightened this week, really powerfully so, I believe. So it would be interesting to see how this shows up. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Ten of Wands. So this is, quite frankly, so the Ten of Wands is, as a communications card, can represent where somebody is talking too much at you, to you in some way, shape or form. And it can also be, because you've got this Death card here as well, where you're choosing to release yourself of that. So for those of you that are studying, this could be a week where maybe you say to one of your teachers, one of your lecturers, look, you know what, this is too much. It's too much to do. It's too much that you're giving. And quite frankly, I'm not, what's the word? Yeah, so like it's too much to do. And like this could, for some of you, this could be you meeting a deadline and finally finishing the work that you've had to do. For some of you, you could feel like, actually, you know what, this is too much and I need a deadline extension. So for some of you, you could ask for more time on something. That's the release of the burden, right? You're making something easier for yourself by demanding that you have more time to do the workload that you have. When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, this could literally be a week where you kind of let your boss have it, you know, just to be really up front and up straight. This might be a week where you and the boss clash, and it may be either because of the way that they speak to you in a certain situation, or just even the way that they make you feel with the way that they ask for something to be done. It's kind of like this week, it's like you're not that you ever do, but you're not having any crap this week. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this could be, for some of you, you're retiring a service. Maybe you are letting go of something that you didn't really maybe it's not so much that you didn't enjoy it, but it could be that you are deciding, actually, this no longer has a place in what I do. So you could be retiring a service, you could be letting go of a client base, maybe even a certain way that you do the work that you do might be changing or evolving, or you could just be letting go of clients. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, the Ten of Wands here is really asking you, especially with that High Priestess, right? This is really asking you to speak on more of what you feel. The thing with Gemini conversations, sometimes it can be very surface level. This week you may have to get a little bit deeper than that, right? Especially if you want certain answers or you want certain experiences with certain people. For your love and relations, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So for those of you that are partnered, married and in long-term commitments, whatever your intuition is telling you about your partner and their financial situation or their work situation, follow that, right? So if you feel like your partner's having a hard time at work, they probably are. If you feel like your partner's job may be on the line, it possibly is. It's kind of like whatever your intuition tells you about your partner this week, it's spot on. So you've got to listen to it in order to support and assist them, but also to make the path forward easier for both of you. When it comes to those of you that are single, the Queen of Pentacles suggests that there will be options available to you for love, for romance this week. But with that Ten of Wands here, it's kind of, it's kind of like, you know, when you're rifling through this, and I mean this with no disrespect to anybody, but you know, like when you're rifling through the sales rack and you're like, you know, it's all on sale, great prices, but there's just nothing that you like. There could be a lot of options this week, which is always great for Geminis. You just might not necessarily be so interested in the options that are available. For your money and materials, you've got the Six of Pentacles. So when it comes to money, finances and resources, for those of you that are letting go of a revenue stream or an income stream or a product or a service or anything like that, you're going to feel this in the wallet, quite frankly. All right, this for me, because the Six of Wands comes underneath the Ten of Wands, it does suggest that there's a hit to the pocket this week that you will feel. It's only short term. It's not going to be like a long term thing. And not only that, this could be a week for some of you where maybe you're gaining an investor, or you are planning to team up or partner up with someone that could increase your finances, money, resources and or sales. But the dip or the hit that you're taking financially this week, it's short-lived, all right? And then when it comes to your home and environment, the Six of Pentacles, I mean, this, in a lot of ways, it could see you shelling out money on the home or for the home. For some of you, this might be a new rental that comes up, or maybe you decide, actually, you know what, I'm done with the space that I'm in. When it comes to those of you that are home owners, this might be a time where you're looking at the equity in the home and deciding what you want to do with it. Is it worth taking more money out in order to really fix the place up so that you can, you know, eventually sell it on for more? For those of you that are, in fact, for all of you, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, you've got to watch out for the neck, the throat and the voice this week. Specifically the voice, this feels like, because, you know, you guys are Geminis after all. Now, the full moon, for those of you that are ascendant Geminis, to a lesser degree but still relevant, the sun and the moon, this full moon in Virgo is taking place in your fourth house. In ancient astrology, the fourth house was an occult house. It has a very spiritual element to it. This suggests to me that the person that's coming through, or the visitation, you know, or that mediumistic moment that you have, it could be a past loved one. It could be somebody that is, you know, now gone from the physical realm, but definitely not from the spiritual realm, and they could have a very powerful or a very loving message for you. Now, the fact that you're having a full moon in the fourth house, this could literally spell for some of you the end of living in the place that you're living. For some of you, this could be the end of singledom. This could also be the end of, because a full moon is a completion, a culmination or an ending, right? And this card, the death card, has a very eliminative effect. So, and not only that, Virgo itself is a very cleansing energy. So I said this to Aries, but this is a time to eat simply. It's a time to really look after yourself. It's a time to effectively not purge in the scorpionic sense, but it is definitely a time to purge in that releasing or letting go of the superfluous is probably one of the best things that you can do. And if you can do this in the home sector, you'll be even better served, right? So simplify the home, get rid of items, things, trinkets, stuff that just is cluttering the place up. This is a good time to release things that you don't need. When it comes to your full moon message, you've got the Gate 14 and Luck. I love this card. If you haven't seen the weekly general, please check it out, because the yin yang symbol came up in that. And I kind of feel like this might be, especially because look, you've got this with the Six of Pentacles, or in close proximity. And that suggests that maybe while you're taking one financial hit, there is a dip, that like one dip is coming in, but there's also a top up of some sort coming in as well. And this will be coming directly to the home. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.